Hello guys, hello. Um, just indicate once you can see my video live, all right? If you're watching this video after I've done the live, you can just skip a few minutes because for the first 1 or 2 minutes I'll just be saying hello until people join in. So otherwise, just let me know once you come on live. I just wanted to come on live because it's been long, it's been months I came live. I just wanted to come on live to discuss some updates on COVID-19. All right. The reason I'm calling it COVID-19 is because these YouTube people. Hmm, I watched a video by Pastor Chris today. Pastor Chris was saying, Pastor Chris Oyakilome of Christ Embassy. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that YouTube is shutting down channels that are against coronavirus. All right. And for the first time, I actually agree with him in some areas because Medium took down my entire account. You know, medium.com, where I write articles. Many people say they even enjoy my articles more than my videos, you know, because I'm a writer. I write for fun, you know what I'm saying? I like to stretch people's imagination with writing. Some people, once they read one of my articles, they're going to read the rest 100 and something articles I've written. But one thing I did last week was I curated a list of proposed treatments for coronavirus. All right, different scientists and scientific teams all over the world are doing research and they are proposing different kinds of treatments. So I curated a list of it so that maybe somebody there that is about to die could just come across my article and then maybe somehow try one of those things and it might work because there was no approved treatment at that time. After curating this list in an article, I posted it. Oh boy. I just got an email from Medium the following day that they have deleted my entire account. Not the article, oh. You know, normally, if you write something, even on YouTube, if you post something that YouTube doesn't like, they will take down the video, then they give you a warning. You know, even on Facebook, if you post something Facebook does not like, they will take down the post and give you a warning strike or something like that, or even restrict your account for a short while. Do you know what Medium did? They deleted my entire Medium account. 100 and something articles just went into the into the air like that. That was when I realized that, oh shit, I'm not even the owner of this site. You get what I'm saying? So what is it about my article that made them scared? My article on coronavirus. I just highlighted that some people are already some doctors say they are able to treat coronavirus using drugs for arthritis. I mentioned the drug's name. I said that some scientists say they're able to treat coronavirus using chloroquine and an antibiotics called azithromycin. In fact, I was reading the other day that a particular doctor said he has treated 690 something people with it, 100% recovery rate. You know, I put up a lot of, even in China, they say they're using nanotechnology with 99% accuracy. This thing goes into your body and destroys coronavirus. 99%, which means it works. After curating this list, boom, these guys deleted my entire account. The whole account. What is it about my list that they are hiding? It made me start thinking, like, seriously? No warning, no nothing. They didn't even take down only the article. So, Pastor Chris' video today, I saw it. I'll post it on my Telegram. If you're not on Telegram now, on my Telegram, you're missing because there are so many things I don't post on YouTube that you will see on Telegram. So I'll post it on my Telegram after this chat. I think let me see if there's a way to add. I can comment on this live chat, so I'll put the link to my Telegram. Okay, just hold on a second. How you guys doing? I can see you. Samson Super, how you doing? Hey, how's it going down in Italy, man? I see you guys are taking a big hit. We'll talk about Italy. I'm coming. I'm good, Samson, man. Nigeria is good. They just give us lockdown. And Marcos, how you doing? And if you guys are there, you can always say hello to me, all right? I'll see what you are writing. Just give me a second to figure out how to add comment here. It used to be easy. Is the way Flash is the way Telegram is organized. I don't know what you can do to chat me up is send me an email or go to my Instagram. That's where I see most chats. Just follow me on Instagram, send a message. Okay, that's how we roll. For some reason, I'm not able to comment here. I don't know why. I should be able to. I should be able to comment. Okay, since I'm not able to comment, just go to Telegram and search for Dave Partner Media. All right. There's only one Dave Partner Media. Go there, search and join. I'll post the video that Pastor Chris released. Pastor Chris said that Bill Gates, he didn't say, oh, he insinuated from what I could make out of the video that Bill Gates has something to do with this coronavirus thing. And but then he said that viruses are not natural. That they are if they are not natural, he said, then what are they? They are man-made, which is not true. Viruses are natural, okay? But then it doesn't mean that viruses cannot be made in the lab. They can take a less potent virus and convert it into a weapon. That's the level of technology the world is in now. You know, somebody can take a virus that hardly ever does any damage and then reconstruct it. It becomes a very deadly weapon. So, based on what Pastor Chris said in the morning, there were some truths, some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with. All right. Okay. Based on said, what's new in stubborn Nigeria? I don't know. They are looking for Bakari. I saw a circular today. I'll post it on Telegram too. I think I should be posting this things on Telegram as I talk. Okay. I'll post it on Telegram. This circular said that I don't know whether it's true yet. Okay, I've not heard it from official sources, so I have to put disclaimers. You know what I'm saying? So this circular said that Buhari has now fired Abakari as coronavirus. Hold on, guys. I'm checking Sahara Reporter just to confirm whether Buhari has dislodged or sacked Abakari. As I saw an official memo. I saw an official memo. Okay. Hi guys, doing keep dropping your comments so because I'm reading the comments. I just want to give you guys a lot of gist on on coronavirus that you may not easily come by on the internet. Okay. Okay. So I don't think that news is on Sahara Reporters yet. So which means it might not. Okay, guys. The thing went off. I don't know what was wrong with YouTube. It kind of went off temporarily. So, based on the Abakari story, I don't think I can find it on Sahara Reporters, which means to an extent it may not be true yet. It may not be true. Okay, so based on coronavirus, now yeah, the thing about coronavirus is that this is not the first time the world is suffering a serious viral outbreak. Like let me say, every year, there are several bursts of viral outbreak attacks. You know, viruses are attacking humans. Okay, so there are several bursts, but usually just a few people that die. All right, but this particular one is unique because it's spreading throughout the whole world and then is hurting so many people. Okay, so that's why it's unique. It can be considered in the scale of some of them that have happened in the past. In the past, people did not understand viruses, so they called it plague. That's why you read some religious texts, you see plague. They don't understand viruses. They think it's some sort of a spiritual attack or something. In fact, the village I'm from, my dad used to tell me that his grandfather migrated out of that town. Like not his grandfather, his grandfather's village. They suffered a deadly attack, so they decided to migrate out of the town. The people that were still healthy, they migrated to another part of the town. They abandoned all the sick ones, out of which many of the sick ones died, but some survived. So when some of them recover and survive, they come out of the abandoned town and walk into the place that they were not that people are. So the people will now be giving them food to go and deliver to those ones that were abandoned. All right. So there has been so many viral outbreaks that have killed millions. This one is coronavirus is killing only, is it 23,000 or 30 something thousand people? We are talking about something called the bubonic plague about 1,000 years ago. 1,300 years ago. This thing attacked and killed 200 million people. They called it the Black Death. It wiped out almost 40% of Europe. They said it took Europe 200 years to recover. 200 damn years to recover. You get? Then another one, that particular plague came back again after some years. There was another outbreak. It killed more people. The last one that happened was the Spanish flu. It happened in 1918. So after the Second World War, they used to think it came from Spain. They called it Spanish flu. But now scientists have done some research and investigation and found out that it actually came from China. So China has caused the world some illness in that respect. Thing came from China. All right, but they call it Spanish flu. It killed so many people. And I was watching a very old man talk. The man was like 102 years old or so. He said that in the morning time, you could see somebody come out of the house and tell you, please, that you should come and help them carry out their mother, that their mother just died of the flu. You help them carry the mother to the grave. He said by evening, the whole family is dead. Even the person that you helped carry the mother, they said it was that bad. And the symptoms show within 3 hours. Once you catch the flu, within 3 hours. And the thing is airborne. So if somebody just cough in a bus, everybody in the bus already has it. So that was how deadly the Spanish flu is. That Spanish flu came to Nigeria. It came through the ports. The people that brought it, that time there wasn't much of air travel. So people would enter ship from Spain, from China, from different parts of the world, and arrive at Niger Delta, Lagos, these port towns. That was where people would arrive. And guess what? They came with the flu. So the flu attacked cities in the southeastern Nigeria, and then eventually got to the north. But the effect was not that bad in the north. Okay, before they could stop it. So it killed a lot of people in places like Owerri. They are talking about 50,000 deaths. Talking about places like Lagos, 100,000 deaths. Different key cities. It was attacking key cities. All right. So at the end of the day, they said 250,000 people died in the east. 250,000 people died from the Spanish flu in the east within 1 year. The rest of the 250,000 people that died spread across different cities in Nigeria. Why did it attack the east? It attacked the east because that was where the port is. People that landed around that place. So the whole thing lasted 1 year. In fact, in some countries, it spiraled from 1918. Okay, in Nigeria, it lasted 1918 to 1919. In some countries, it entered 1920. So we can call it 2 years. When they did the death toll, it was 100 million people that died. Not 1 million, 100 million all over the world. It killed off a lot of people. Wiped off a lot of people from the face of the earth. So coronavirus is still like 30,000 people. Hey, Netherlands, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Sorry for the network. I'm experiencing bad network too. So if you can hear me, please let me know. Or if you stop hearing me anytime, just type it in the comments. So now coronavirus is here. One thing you notice about all the plagues that attack people is that they are airborne. All right. So any virus that will seriously attack human beings has to be airborne, and it has to attack the respiratory system. Like the person that has to be somebody. These take time to spread, compared to a virus that spreads through the respiratory system. So that's when you should know that viruses are serious if it spreads through the respiratory system. So that's one thing that all these zombie apocalypse movies get wrong. If you watch all these end doomsday movies about zombie apocalypse, you will see that what they normally do is the virus in those movies that cause people to become zombie can only be transferred through a bite of an infected person. That's too slow. If I'm armed with a gun Unless my bullet finish, nobody's gonna bite me. Now I'll open my gun and spray all of you. You know what I'm saying? That's too slow. So serious viruses that cause serious damage, they are usually respiratory in nature. They are called, that family of virus that attacks the respiratory system is called coronaviruses. Doctors, am I right? So this is not the first, COVID-19 is not the first coronavirus. All right. So there has been other ones like SARS. SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome. It came out in, I think, 2002 stroke 2003. It killed like 20 to 30,000 people or so. After that, they put it under control, not knowing that this virus is still evolving. Today we have COVID-19, and the actual name for COVID-19 is severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. So it is, COVID-19 is actually SARS-CoV-2. SARS-CoV-2. All right. So they now call it COVID-19. COVID is coronavirus 2019. So there has been other coronaviruses. There is MERS, MERS, Middle East Respiratory is this syndrome also. So these things spread because they attack the human respiratory system. So one of the deadliest viruses that will ever attack humans will always attack that respiratory system. So that's why Bill Gates was in a video like in 2015 saying that the world is not ready for a serious viral outbreak. That countries are preparing their military. They're not preparing their health personnel and health infrastructure to fight a viral outbreak. He said that according to his models, after the Ebola outbreak, he said the most likely thing that will kill up to 10 million people in this world is going to be virus, not even country, not even nuclear weapon or anything. There's a video on YouTube that Bill Gates said that. You get? Let me put the link to my Telegram so that some of you can easily join my Telegram. So check your comment section now. I'm going to drop I'm dropping the link to my Telegram, right? So just click and join up on Telegram, then you get right back. Get right back, all right? So I hope the link works. Let me just confirm that the link I dropped works. The partner media, yeah. Okay, so this virus, any virus that has to seriously affect the human race has to be respiratory. It has to be spread through cough. So if you're looking for nice virus movies to watch the virus movie that is called Contagion. Is available on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type Contagion full movie. You will see the full movie Contagion. All right. The movie predicted a lot of things about coronavirus. A lot were predicted. The movie, for instance, they called it the Italian virus in that movie. And look at what's happening in Italy now. Italy is the worst hit country. So that movie kind of helps you to see on a full scale if a virus is really serious about wiping out the human race, how it will spread. So, and in that movie, that virus was created in the lab and it kind of escaped the lab. All right, there are other similar movies. If you have any similar movie that talks about virus, you can drop it in the comment section. I just spent like the past, let me say, 5 days watching movies about virus spreads and all. I think there's a movie called Pandemic. People are saying that it's good too. I just mentioned Contagion, mentioned Pandemic. Let me be dropping these movie names here for people that like movies. Contagion is not on Netflix, okay? Then if you're looking for a good zombie movie, I think a horror movie, it's called Quarantine. It's on Netflix. Quarantine. It's interesting. I do watch horror movies. I'm not really the scared type. I can watch horror movies the way I watch every other kind of movie. But Quarantine is really good. I just dropped the name of 3 movies that shows how viruses can spread. So Pandemic, Contagion is on YouTube. Hi guys, how you doing? In my tutorial. Okay, so in Lagos, I just uploaded a video on my channel here about people that are in the the quarantine, makeshift quarantine environment, I saw almost 20 people and one white dude in Nigerian quarantine environment. They are giving them good food. According to their testimony, they say that they are being fed well, they are comfortable in the quarantine. So if you check my channel now, this why is a rich man not splashing? Now that thing is a big question because they have said that people like Dangote donated 1 billion, or 2 billion, this, that billion. At the end, I was seeing total of like 14 point something billion they have donated. And people are asking, where's all this money? You know, it's not just about saying on Twitter that you've donated. We need to actually see the money. And then there is this concept of going to the streets to share food. Like seriously, what I would have preferred is if they go to bank, go to First Bank, tell First Bank, give us the account of all your customers that average 20,000 naira per month and below. First Bank will produce all those accounts. Federal government will fund the account with like 50,000. You don't need to share money to the whole Nigerians. Just target people that have low transaction rates in their bank account. One, two, if you're owing salaries, at least pay salaries. You know what I'm saying? Forget about sharing money. There's somebody was calling me yesterday, said that they have not paid them gratuity. Pay gratuity. Forget about sharing money on the street. Take that 50 billion naira, pay people, retired people, pay them gratuity. Watch what will happen. You know, you can't be sharing rice on the street where somebody's money, rightful money, you have not even paid the person. Pay salaries. If you're a governor, pay your salaries. Okay? I think one state did it, just paid salary straight up. I think that's the best thing you can do. Because for one person you pay salary, do you know how many people you have saved for the month? Some of those mothers and fathers that receive salary, they have dependents up to 4 or 5 people. You know? Count all those millions. If there's any worker salary you're owing, you need to clear up. Pension, clear it up. Alright? Before we start thinking of giving people gas and rice in the street. Pay up everybody. One thing I think we got wrong in this country is when this virus was coming, you understand, we are supposed to be seeing government broadcast telling people to save up money. I was the only one on YouTube telling people save up money, something is going to happen, we're going to get to a stage where we get on lockdown. I was the only one shouting it. You understand, when this thing started in December, China, or I think it was 20 something December last year, that China accepted that they actually have a viral outbreak. They warned WHO on like 28 December. By 31st December, I think they warned WHO on 31st December. All right. By 13th January, which is about 2 weeks later, they announced a lockdown in Wuhan. By that time, it was too late because people have traveled out of Wuhan. Meanwhile, some people are saying that this virus thing started around September. They were trying to cover it. So given September, October, November, December, January, all right, that's when the federal government should have started announcing that, hey, look, guys, it is possible that this thing might get to us. So if you are receiving salary or receiving any money, try and save money for a lockdown, possible lockdown period. That's what I expected. I don't know if you guys are following. On February 1st, I looked at the timeline. January 31st was when Trump announced that he's banning all flights from China. Meanwhile, somebody with coronavirus has already entered US on the 16th or so, 2 weeks after, before Trump announced that they are banning. And Trump was the first to announce, first country. Okay, well, Italy announced on the same day. The very first day Italy saw one case of coronavirus, 31st of January, they announced lockdown in Italy immediately. Guess what? It was too late. Not lockdown now, not lockdown, but ban of flights from China. The very first day Italy saw the first confirmed case of coronavirus, they banned flights from China, but it was then too late. Then too late. In Nigeria here, people were screaming, block flights from Europe, Italy, China, all these countries that have confirmed coronavirus cases, block the flight, block the flight. People were screaming on social media, screaming. By the time we blocked it, the same thing, it was too late. We already have it in the country. So I expected at that time that there should be sensitization programs then telling people this is your February salary. Don't squash it, we might If this thing comes to our country, we might go into a state where we will have a lockdown. March, I expected that kind of announcement. Hey, save your money, oh. You know? So that's one thing. The another thing is that this virus is actually, people think it's attacking humans. It's not. If you look at the death rate, it's about 1 to 2% of people. 1 to 2% of people that contact coronavirus are the ones that die. So it's very low. Even Ebola has 40%. If Ebola catch you, 40%. Coronavirus has like 2 to 4%. That's very low. But what coronavirus is actually attacking is the stock market. Economies, that's what it's attacking, because countries have to shut down to outlive the virus. While countries are shut down, economies are paralyzed. Some countries have tried to restart after lockdown and the virus re-emerged again. They have to go on lockdown again. Trump is even saying that very soon they have to make a decision as a nation whether to cancel the lockdown and dam the virus and let people out or not. Some country like, I think, is it Spain or Sweden, that decided not to go on lockdown at all. After some time, they reversed their decision and went on lockdown. So this virus is attacking economies and finances, not even humans. It's not killing enough humans like it should. When Bridjo, I don't know how to ask president to. Yes, mortality rate in North Korea is 1 to 3%, except in Italy. In Italy is 4%. In Germany is 0 points. So Germany is handling it way better than Italy. But one thing I have to say about this virus, I looked at a lot of charts. I saw that this virus, from the first day to day 30, is usually very low. You have like one case. You have one case for like 2 weeks, then you have almost 100 cases the next 2 weeks. So day 1 to day 30 of this coronavirus in almost all countries, it's usually like only 100 cases. But from day 31, the thing will spike. 3,000 cases, 5,000 cases. In Germany is only 60 days into their coronavirus, and they have 70,000 cases. 70,000. But the thing is that Germany is so effective with their treatment that only very, very few people are dying. Germany is damn effective. And they said about 20% of people that contact coronavirus will need hospitalization. That's where the problem is. The hospitals are so overwhelmed. And then guess what? This thing is airborne. So people think that wearing mask is going to help you. Yes, wearing mask helps if to prevent you from the direct droplets coming from the person. But the thing is that some particles of this virus hang around in the air. And that tiny green mask is not the kind of mask you need. You need like gas mask that will filter the air before getting to you. But most of the masks don't do that, which means that's why they said in Italy over 6,000 medical professionals have contacted coronavirus. Even some Nigerians that are working in UK. There was a man that volunteered. He has retired though, NHS doctor. He has retired though. He saw that they are having shortage of staff. He decided to reapply. He has died. I think he's in Nigeria and his daughter was posting it. Yes, who is trying to see me? No, you want to see me, go to Instagram. Let me drop my Instagram. I don't show my face often here. If you want to see my face, you know what I'm saying? I'm dropping my Instagram. Guys, go and follow me on Instagram. Then quickly come back. Oh, Instagram.com/realdavepartner. Okay, follow me on Instagram. Then show up, back up. So YouTube has given me this tiny little icon to donate. So if you want to donate money, right, you can donate. I don't think anybody has ever donated because I've never asked. But if you can donate, that's okay. At least let me see how the feature works. All right, if you've been following me from 1-2 years ago, it's time to show your loyalty. Donate. All right, so in Germany they have 70 something thousand. In US has about 170,000 cases. You know, they found their first case in January 16th. February 16th made it about 1 month. March 16th, 2 months. This is their like third month, and they have 170, more than China. China is announcing 83,000 cases. But the thing is that people don't trust China again. Like, so many inconsistencies are coming from China. You get? So the thing is that in China, when people talk out, they disappear. You will not see the person again. There is one student that decided to go to the mortuary, to make a record of the mortuary where they are packing dead bodies, to prove that way more people are dying than is required. Boom, the guy disappeared. Though. Nope, today nobody know where the guy is. There's one that was calling for the resignation of the president. He said the president is not handling this thing well, that he's hiding um, data about the sickness from the public. Boom, the guy disappeared. The first doctor that decided on 31st January, that doctor sent a message to his group, let me say WhatsApp group. There, they don't use WhatsApp, they use all this WeChat. He told his medical friend that, look, there's a new viral outbreak in town. And this is how it works, that everybody should be careful. Before you know, the guy got the virus and died. That January, he died. And not just that, the government got this guy and forced him to rescind his statement, to apologize that he lied. They were trying to cover up that coronavirus has broken out in China. After he was forced to do that, he got the virus by some abracadabra and he died, according to what they told us. Now he's dead. What happened? It turned out that the guy was right. So doctor said quarantine is good, but not without light. No light in Nigeria. I feel so bad for the people. Even the French government is really trying here, but still people are passing. Now the thing is, I ran back to Nigeria. I ran back to Nigeria so that I will escape the coronavirus. Oh boy, I landed in no light situation. Okay, there is no light. Like serious, so many things I have to battle in this country. Like the forces battling in this country is more than, you know. When you look at these European countries battling this virus and they're recording massive casualties, so much dead in Europe, you just pity us. Let this thing not take it serious in Nigeria, because if this virus decide to handle us the way it's handling all these European countries, now die, now die. Now I'm saying, in this country, people are not obeying quarantine. Religious bodies, they are not obeying quarantine. After these people have seen that this thing is killing people all over the world, they still gather to pray. Which kind of prayer? Even Pope in Italy has closed down prayers. He's now praying from window to empty crowd. There's nobody in the congregation. Everybody is watching from YouTube. In Nigeria here, church will still open. And which kind of prayer are you praying? You say watch and pray. Where is the watch? You will go to preach. You will go to police task force. Government will constitute a task force. I'm telling you the truth what happened last Friday, okay? Government constituted a task force. And then send this task force to people to go and watch out where people are gathering and then dislodge them. A task force went to a religious organization, waited for them to finish their prayers, and then started talking to the imam, okay? As they were talking, the rest of the congregation attacked this guy, these task force people, and they had to run for their lives. It's not just that. You will see on YouTube I was posting videos. There's this task force that was going from church to church, trying to stop the services. What is wrong? The reason, if you look at so many countries' statistics, you understand, you see that it spiked. When you look at why it spiked, you see that somebody took that coronavirus to a religious organization, to their church. In Thailand, somebody took it to a mosque. The thing blew up. In South Korea, they had only 30 cases in January, and they were like, yeah, finally, we have curbed this thing. They were about to relax their lockdown, from what I understand. Not lockdown, but their rules against coronavirus, because they only had 30 cases. Then a woman, they called, in South Korea now, they call the woman the 31st. Okay? This woman took this virus to her church. She went to pray. Oh boy. That same week that she went to church, they recorded 1,600 extra cases, from 30 to 1,600. In South Korea, they say 60% today, they have over 8,000 to 10,000 cases. Confirmed cases. They said over 60% of that still came from that church, directly or indirectly. The woman spread, just one church service, the woman spread it so much. Even the pastor of the church had to come and kneel down on national TV to beg the country to forgive him for holding that service. In Nigeria here, Sunday, people will still carry Bible to go to church. You know that if this coronavirus catch you, there is no, you will not get special treatment of anything. You know, we don't have enough medical apparatus to handle 200 million people. You better not get it at all. That's the best. Cyprus, he said that this total lockdown in Cyprus. In a tutorial said, Wayne said he has been, I have been inside Germany home for more than a month. Being cautious is only for your good. Hey, Michael from South Africa. How is it going? I heard that coronavirus is getting you guys there too. Yeah, stay at home. Yeah. So they are saying stay at home, stay at home. So I've been at home for like 3, 4 days now. So this evening I decided to stroll out. First of all, I stroll out to my street, to look around whether soldiers are around. No soldiers. I said to just keep going down, just walking down. Guess what? I saw that people are selling food outside. People are selling food outside. I'm telling you the truth. Like food shops open. That's why I'm saying this coronavirus should not just remember, it should just pity us. Let it not just come here because what's going to happen is going to be bad. When coronavirus was coming, do you know what people were saying in Nigeria? That Nigeria is too hot. The temperature in our country is so hot that we will not get coronavirus. Coronavirus cannot survive in Nigeria. The temperature is this, that. Oil now, should it have reached. It have reached. Everybody have seen. The thing is spreading so much. Today, the finance minister or ministry on Twitter was begging Elon Musk to donate 250 ventilators to us. You know when people need ventilators? When they're in critical stage. There are 3 stages to the infection. Okay, when you are just freshly infected, you're not showing much symptoms. When you're showing symptoms and you're getting treatment, when you're in critical stage, your organs have started collapsing. That's when they do all this intubation. They put pipe down your throat. Doctors, am I right? You know? So for you to need a ventilator, that means you can't even breathe normally again. They are now using machine to get you breathe. For them to need 100 to 150, you know what they're anticipating in the future. So a prophet, talking about prophets came, pastors were telling us that this thing cannot, there was a pastor called, forgotten his name. He was saying coronavirus is not real. We don't have coronavirus in Nigeria. If it enters Nigeria, it's going to stop in the whole world. How many of you watched that video? I posted it now. If coronavirus enter Nigeria, it's going to stop in the whole world. That Nigeria has corrosive anointing. What is corona when it has corrosive anointing? This, that. Coronavirus does not listen to all this kind of speech. Oh. It's a virus that is busy trying to spread. Oh yeah, coronavirus is here. The other one said he's going to China to stop coronavirus. 2 days after he said it, the first Nigerian case was announced. An Italian man. The pastor now disappeared. Till today, I don't even know where the pastor is again. What we're seeing in Nigeria is religious preachers trying to pass conspiracy theories instead of educating their people. What is wrong? If 100,000 to 500,000 people are listening to you, it's your duty to educate them, to prevent them from suffering massive casualties. And instead, some people is telling them that they have corrosive anointing. If corona catch you and you die, your corrosive anointing, do you know how many priests that have died in Italy? They said over 60 to 70 priests have died. One of them even sacrificed his life. They gave him, he was suffering, he was trying to die. He was in critical condition, so they gave him a ventilator. He said no. There was another younger man, that needed a ventilator, but there was no extra ventilator. He said they should remove his own and give to that young man. He removed his own, he died. That's the level we're in now. What of pastors have been doing miracle? I saw a meme that somebody posted that said pastors are waiting for coronavirus to go so that they can resume their miracle. My Christian, my face is on Instagram. So go to Instagram, you see my face well. Okay? Yeah, I heard some Nigerian soldiers kill a guy in Warri. I don't know about whether it's a lot of people, but I saw one news about a soldier shot one person. So, a doctor said here in France, it's not a joke. For 3 weeks now, we're on lockdown at home. No work, no church, nothing. But people are passing out every day. That's the thing. The virus is very vicious. Yes, yes, it collapses the lungs, fills up the chest. So now, we're still getting to the possible treatments. All right. So these fake pastors, they will do miracle. Pastor, this one has not been working for 30 years. Finally, when you say prayer, he now started working. You see somebody working, they will now lift all these wheelchair. Hey, this one will lift the walking stick. This one, Pastor, I didn't have a womb. The moment I drink that your anointing oil, boom, my womb just appeared from nowhere. Pastor, I was looking for scholarship. Okay, now it's coronavirus. We have quarantine center. Go there and do your miracle. Everybody has disappeared. We're not hearing anything again. In fact, what some pastors are trying to do is either they deny that the coronavirus exists, or they just say that it's a conspiracy. That's the latest one that's happening. I told you I was watching a pastor today. He was saying that Bill Gates is part of the conspiracy. Last week, another pastor said it was the Pope is part of it. That's why Italy is having a high level of the virus. Like seriously, as opposed to doing that miracle of raising the dead that you people used to do before. If you're raising the dead, you should do it. It's time to do that miracle. You know what I'm saying? The cases in Nigeria is rising. Why is that your special singlet that raises the dead? And now go and wear the singlet to all the people that are in the coronavirus quarantine center. You know? If you have pool of Bethsaida, I posted it the other day. How many of you remember? We are looking for that pool of Bethsaida. Let them go and bring it. Even if it's 50K. We don't mind paying now. We need it. Let them get all those coronavirus people so that to treat them. So we suffered a sort of setback in a way from these pastors by not being honest. I think it was just 2-3 pastors that were very honest, like Pastor Sam Adeyemi. He said, be careful, oh, this thing is real. Stay indoors. If you go to his Twitter, he's tweeting real facts. I've always liked that man from beginning. Pastor Sam Adeyemi of Daystar. Know what I'm saying? The guy was like, clear. Take care of yourself. Watch your head, though. You know what I'm saying? There's another pastor, I think his name is Pastor Rappo. That pastor cooled down to do a video tutorial on coronavirus, how it spread, what you're supposed to do to protect yourself. Like, I want to go to that kind of church. Preach to me, man. I want to hear. Right on, pastor. You know what I'm saying? Not the one that will tell you that the Pope is inside the conspiracy of coronavirus. That God told him when the coronavirus will end. So we don't care when it's going to end. What we want to know is, how do you treat it so that this thing will not reach us? So a pastor prophesied that coronavirus will end on March 27th. We're already in April. So I went on March 27th, I went to their channel to look at, let me see what this pastor will post about the virus. What I now saw that the pastor was advertising fruit juice, that you have to drink fruit juice. He was not doing press up on YouTube. I was like, take it easy. One thing is, you must not prophesy. If God did not show you something, don't say it. Don't prophesy to us. My mentor, my spiritual father in the Bahose, you know what I'm saying? The lion, the dead man himself. What are all the names? I've forgotten what his title is. Organ Express, you know what I'm saying? He said that, he prophesied that coronavirus will go on first week of April. Guess where we are now? We are first week of April. The thing is still warming up, safe. Curves around the world are not even flattening. It's still warming up. So what I expected from some of these people that have a lot of followers is educate you don't have to do it yourself. Call a doctor, medical professional in your church. Give him a microphone. Let him educate people that this is what you're supposed to do. Stay home. Do this, do that, do that, do that. Get hand sanitizers. Save your money. Because this thing, I was telling people yesterday that this lockdown that they did 2 weeks, you might be surprised, it might be extended. There's no country in the world that recovered after 2 weeks. So why do you think our own will be different? What happens, even in Italy, Italians that are here, you know what I'm saying now, they decided to extend the lockdown. Because even though they had lockdown, it's almost like it's not getting the full result that they needed. They had to extend it. So if you're planning for 2 weeks, you should also make a plan for more than that, because it might get to the point that it will be more than that. Chooks said, what about online offerings? Last week I saw this what do you call it, USSD, a church released USSD that people should start paying offering online. The problem with it is that most of the people that attend church in Nigeria are not literate in terms of technology. Their parents, and stuff. They're not literate in terms of. That's why most pastors were insisting on holding church service and keep holding it, because they know that if they tell people to tune in online, go to their YouTube channels, you see that they don't have much subscribers, except people like TB Joshua that has 1 million, 1 point something million. TB Joshua leveraged technology earlier than most of these other pastors. You get. So at the end of the day, you see that many of them were, in a way, in my own interpretation, don't want to lose that money. That offering, because most people will not be able to tune in. For somebody to tune in to watch online, he has to subscribe. Parents that only know how to receive call, they're telling them to type a MTN subscription code. You get what I'm saying? And they should go to YouTube and type. How many of them have heard of Dave Partner? You know what I'm saying? Then you start looking for a pastor's channel, then this, that. Instead of them to do that education, they are busy telling people that coronavirus doesn't exist, so that people will still come to church. So this is the challenge we are facing, and this should be like a warning, so that if there's any other such thing that happens, we expect these people that have a lot of following to go out and advertise. Not advertise now, but sensitize. So many celebrities that should have done sensitization, they are posting their new songs, their latest song. You see a celebrity has 1.7 million followers. You expect this person to do some sensitization program on COVID-19. They are posting their nyash. They are going live with fellow celebrities to discuss things like, okay, seriously? I wish I had like a bigger following. So, Flash said coronavirus is real low. Please stay at home. Yeah. Yeah, daughter. How far? Tutorial, I talked about the one that said he's going to China. He said, I am going to China to cure corona. Give me children. I'm going to China. Oh, yeah, now coronavirus is here. You don't need to go to China. The thing that saved you transport fare. Okay, so many pastors are actually giving back. Like Pastor Dumeje, I think he arranged a lot of yam. I saw video. I didn't see the full video. He posted on his Instagram that he's going to give out. So that's good, really good. Then I think David Oyedepo, he donated a lot from what I read on Instagram. One of the first pastors that started donating is Pastor Paul Enenche. He even dressed up with his wife, and they were going to actually not just donate, they were actually working to give out directly to people. They didn't just sign check. So some pastors are really trying. That brings us to the efficiency of social distancing. If you've been following me in the past 2 days, I'll just type RIP social distancing as they are trying to share. I saw what they do is they will arrange bags of rice. They will call the whole village. The whole village will squeeze in. Everybody will squeeze. If there's only one single coronavirus patient, they was gonna spread it like crazy. Everybody will squeeze in, then they are giving them bags of rice. Like, seriously, what happened to social distancing? You get, in this era of coronavirus, somebody is sharing cash. Why are you sharing cash? What happened to bank transfer? They are sharing 20,000 naira minister. Me, I was scared for these people. What if one person there has coronavirus? You're sharing cash. You're not coronavirus. You're supposed to limit contact. So it's looking like we have not really seen how much damage coronavirus can cause. That's why we're still handling it with kid gloves. They arrange people in the streets, and they are handing over bags of rice for them, and they struggle that people are crowding together. This virus should not just remember also. Yes, there was daughter, you guys used to do fine. Daughter said here in France, if you are caught outside without a reasonable reason, the fine is up to more than 1,000 euro. You people have a fining system. In Nigeria here, they shot somebody. In Uganda, they shot 2 people. Police shot people. If you come out and you do anyhow, they shoot you. In India, they use cane. If they knock you cane, Indian police, if they knock you cane, next time, I was seeing one that they did. I don't know whether it's Nigeria. They asked this man to twerk. Army forced it. I'll post it on my. I posted it on my Telegram. Check my Telegram. Army forced this man to twerk. Oh. Full grown man. He was twerking. He was singing Rihanna's song for coming out. So I think different countries have the way they handle that. But the thing is that in Nigeria, the problem is more complex. So many families depend on daily bread. Like if they don't go out to do business for that day, they will not eat. So many families. And you're telling them to stay indoors, how is it going to work? After some time, crime will start. Imagine a father that has 4 daughters and they have not eaten the whole day. What do you expect him to do tomorrow? He's going to actually either go out stubbornly and try to sell. Or what? He's going to go to robbery. So many. That's why when they were saying this social distancing, people were questioning, are you sure that's the only solution we can come up with? Because our situation is different. In the US, when they did social distancing, yeah, so within a week in the US, the number of people that applied for jobless benefits, unemployment benefits, rose to 6.3 million. Because they were paying $1,200 for people to stay at home. In Canada, they are paying $2,000 per month for the next 4 months. That's 8,000 Canadian dollars for everybody. Or maybe I think it's for jobless people. I don't know how they categorize that thing. But $8,000, you know what it means? In Nigeria, what are they giving? Somebody was showing small Indomie that she got on Instagram. Indomie with Maggie. And what else? Was saying that, hey, look, that this is too small. That is not going to last her for the 2 weeks of the lockdown. So in Nigeria, our government should also look at this lockdown thing may not exactly work. After some time, people will start violating it. They come out and defy it because what? They need to eat. Some people will prefer, let them eat first, then the coronavirus can kill them later. Then the other thing I was saying was that all other countries in the world, they're coming up with their solutions. You see, US, Donald Trump announced on 21st March that chloroquine, that FDA is testing chloroquine. They have approved it for compassionate use. Chloroquine, hydrochloroquine. You know what is compassionate use? Compassionate use is when somebody is about to die of a certain illness. In the US, I think they have modified their law that the doctor can prescribe an untested drug. If they suspect that a drug is supposed to cure somebody and is not approved yet, if the person is in critical condition, doctor can give him the drug. Maybe maybe the person can, since you're going to die anyway, just try this drug. Maybe you can recover. So they approved hydrochloroquine for compassionate use. They have not done sufficient testing. All right, that's from US. In UK, they say that high doses of vitamin C works. You get, they have been injecting patients with, and then some people have shown signs of recovery from getting injected with high doses of vitamin C. This is UK. You go to France, French researchers, they did test on about 30 patients. And they said the 20 people that they injected with hydrochloroquine, all of them recovered. You get? So China is saying that they have nanotechnology that has 99% recovery rate, 99 nanotechnology. What is Africa coming up with? We in Africa, what is our solution? You can't tell me that we can't come up with any single thing. The only thing I'm seeing is a pastor saying that people should have corrosive anointing, or some people saying that you should eat kwili with what do you call it again now? All this thing, lemon and stuff. In fact, since Trump said that hydrochloroquine FDA is considering hydrochloroquine, guess what? The whole chloroquine in Lagos State was wiped out of the shelves. People bought it that day, cleared the whole chloroquine. Then from chloroquine, other people started suggesting other malaria treatments that we use in Africa. In Africa, there's a way you heat up water in the bucket. Okay, you put some leaves, some herbs inside, you breathe it in. Before you know it, you have recovered from malaria. People to know whether this thing actually works. What is the reaction? And I expect, see, this government has received almost 14 billion naira in donation from rich people. Why not take out 1 billion there? Sponsor our, we have microbiologists, millions of them. Every year we are graduating microbiologists. Every year. You understand? We have them. Take some labs, sponsor them, pay their salary for the next 1 year, find out the cure to coronavirus, give them samples of the virus. You get, we have virologists, we have. So, hey, Prophet Elijah, how are you doing? You get what I'm saying? So we have virologists, we have microbiologists. I expect them take 500 million, 1 billion from the donation of 14 billion. Give these people, tell them to find the cure, which is what other countries are doing. US, China, Italy, all these countries are paying their researchers. Find us a cure to this thing, at least something that will soften it up. You get what I'm saying? Today I was reading that China has found another strain of coronavirus. Coronavirus started as one strain, now it has evolved into 8 to 9 different strains. The one China found today, they said it stays about 30 to 40 days before you start seeing symptoms. You know what it means? The person is going to spread it to the whole village before they start seeing symptoms. By the time you see symptoms, it's already too late. So this virus is evolving fast. I expect our government to be able to sponsor some of our brains. Yeah, you know? Give money to brains. Let them see. Once creative people don't have to worry about what to eat, you'll start seeing creativity. That professor there, if you tell him that you have settled his salary for the next 1 year, you know, give him the equipment he asked for, microscope, this one, that one, put AC. Watch the magic happen. We need to take what do you call it? We need to take all the malaria drugs that we've been using locally and test it against this virus. If chloroquine, hydrochloroquine can work, maybe some other thing can work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some other combination of other things can work. So, but the whole African countries, nobody is coming up with anything. Like, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. The whole, how many 54 African or whatever, we're just waiting for. China says this one, we do it. China says face mask, we do it. We buy face mask. Where is the face mask coming from? It's coming from China. Why won't they tell you that you should go buy face mask? You get what I'm saying? If they say chloroquine, where is chloroquine coming from? You import it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we need to look down. We need to call all these our herbalists. We have a lot of herbalists in this country. People are saying selling agbo in the park. People that drink agbo will tell you that it works, period. How did they find out that it works? So we need to call our herbalists, the kind of thing that was done in 2000 by Obasanjo's government. They called all the herbalists, called all the medical professionals and put them together. And that was how they came up with the treatment for what do you call it, sickle cell. The herbalists provided some herbs, and these doctors tested it in the lab and found out that it actually treats sickle cell. So for over a decade, that was the only treatment for sickle cell that was available in the world. So this is the kind of time to do that kind of thing. Call all the herbalists in each town, or in a certain town, pay them well. These herbalists, they don't even ask for much money. If you give them 100K, 50K, 20K, save, they will open all these their destiny and tell you that in this is the kind of, if you're having cough issue, this is the root you take. If you're having breathing problem, this is the 3 leaf. Then our doctors and our lab scientists are supposed to take this thing, take it to the lab, work with it, put it together with the coronavirus and see whether it solves that, So I expect our government to sponsor our people like that. Yeah, thanks. In the tutorial. Maybe I should be a pastor. I'll start collecting tithes. Everybody, if you don't pay your tithes, your life will be tight. Exactly. Doctor said one person will take the money and rat race. That is the thing, my sister. That's the problem. You think you are contributing money, but somebody have disappeared with the money. They will start looking for the money. Today we are begging Elon Musk for ventilators on Twitter. The government was asking Elon Musk to provide, to donate 100 to, that we need 100 to 150 ventilators. Now look, I also read on Twitter, okay, I've not verified, I read on Twitter that two Nigerians, they are engineers, they went into a hospital in the north, I think it's either Kano or Jos, I can't remember the particular state, and they went into the hospital, they started fixing, repairing the ventilators, the abandoned ventilators. They were repairing it. They said so far they have repaired 3 and brought 3 back to life. So some hospitals even have ventilators that have been abandoned. You get? Then some people can, I went on YouTube, honestly, like the day before yesterday, I went on YouTube, start doing research. I saw that people can build ventilators at home. It's not rocket science. You don't need special computer to build ventilator. Ventilator is something that just pumps air every 3 to 4 seconds. It pumps air and it has a valve. People are building it. In fact, in China, there was a man that had an accident. He was paralyzed from neck down. So his family took him to hospital. They put ventilators, but they were charging them a lot of money per day. So his family is broke. After paying for 2, 3, 4 days, they decided to ask the hospital to release the guy. They released him. His junior brother built a ventilator at home. So when there is light, his junior brother, when there's light, electricity helps to pump that in every 3 to 4 seconds. So the guy breathes. But when there's no light, the family has to be pressing that in manually every day. So somebody has to always sit beside the guy to manually press that ventilator so that the guy can breathe. That way they kept the guy alive for 5 years. So there's nothing special about building ventilators. And if you look at most of our universities and polytechnics, you see that we have mechanical engineering departments. You know? We have electrical engineering departments. We have computer science departments. Are you telling me that we can't, if we put these guys together, we can't even come up with our own ventilators? It doesn't have to be high-tech. Let it just pump air. Pump oxygen into people's lungs. That's what we need for now. People like Innocent have volunteered. They said they can build it. They can change the assembly line and start producing ventilators. I don't know whether government has responded to them. So I expect part of those money that was contributed, that 14 billion naira that people donated, all these rich people donated, let them take out 1 billion again, you know, and give to some of these technical hands, people that construct all these inverter, you know, they should give it to them, let them construct ventilators for us. Me, I'm an electrical engineer, so I know what I see during project presentations in school. You know, the kind of things students build, you'll be marveled. Is if a ventilator is not complex. If you go to YouTube, you see people that build it at home. They use home materials, random materials you see around your house. They use it to build ventilators. In the US, Elon Musk, Tesla, they merged with a company, they built so much ventilators that they don't need it again. So they now want to start shipping out to other countries. Wayne said the fear of COVID-19 is the beginning of wisdom. Wayne said even the so-called Nigerian herbalists and doctors are running for their lives. Oh boy, you got to run, no. See, once it is a contagious disease, infectious disease, all those healers will disappear. You know, it's only when it's not infected, when somebody's leg is paining them, that they will start doing all their healing thing. But we can't. These herbalists are the only unique things we have left in the country. We can't just throw them away. All right? Many of them are bullshitting. They will mix whatever they give you and take money and run away. But if we merge them with medical professionals, anything any of them says, we'll take it to the lab. Any herb or root or whatever they bring, take it to the lab. Verify. You know what I'm saying? See, common light, no light though. That's what solution said. That the problem we're facing in this country is much. So they should take out money, get these traditional whatever herbalist or whatever, you know, merge them with the professionals, and let's see what they can come up with. If they have done it before, then they can do it again. You get? All right, so let's talk about jobs. How this thing is going to affect jobs. See, whatever job you're working on now, you may not have it after the COVID-19 lockdown. That's the truth. Let me just tell you the simple truth. This COVID-19 is affecting a lot of companies. Some companies are already firing people now. Imagine being on lockdown and you're getting a termination letter via email, because everything now is on the internet. You get a thing by via email. Companies are massively downsizing to survive. And guess what? As companies are struggling, China is buying up all these companies. In fact, in Australia, I heard that their government is already constituting a committee to prevent China from buying up most of their companies. So if you have a job now, it's possible. I'm telling you the truth. It's possible you may not have a job after the lockdown. So now is the time to start thinking. Assuming worst case scenario plays out, I don't have a job again. What do I do? Now is the time to start thinking. A lot of people are going to be jobless. A whole lot of people. Being jobless means your family's standard of living is dropping straight up. It's tanking sharp. So you start thinking about it. So I usually tell people this lockdown time is the time to actually start taking a course online. Look for your field. What is the best course you can take that will make you hot cake after the 2 weeks? There are so many online courses. You understand? Look at your field. I don't know what your field you are in. Start taking the course. Me on my site, I have about 5-6 courses. Go there, check out whether any of them resonates with you. If there's any course that makes sense to you, take it. You get, go online. There are sites you can go and you take courses. Sign up. There's Coursera. Go online, sign up for a course in your field. You know, so that when you are done, if anything goes bad, your CV is stronger. You can be able to reapply somewhere else. That's one. Then you can actually start out some things that you've been planning before. All the time since last year was when I started this site. This is my site. I was giving out courses. I was telling people, job, if you have been following me, you would have heard it before. The jobs you can do online are the jobs that will take over the future. I've been sounding it since last year. I don't care how physical your job is. The one that will do online is the one that will take over the future. Look at it happening now. Who can remember since last year I was saying it? If you're doing any job that involves you to leave your house, it's outdated already. Driving Uber, serving at a restaurant, all these jobs that involve you to physically leave your house, the jobs are going. I said it. We are still at the beginning of this decade. By the time we reach 2025, you see what will start happening. Those jobs that involve you to leave your house are the kind of jobs that computer can take over more easily. Jobs that involve you to do serious thinking, deep thinking, brain work, computer cannot easily take over that kind of job. Who remembers? Who still remembers? I've been sounding it. You see, British Airways announced the suspension of 30,000 workers. Just imagine that. So we're having a situation where people are going to emerge from the lockdown jobless, and guess what? Cash crunch. So we're entering a global recession. It's too obvious. Like nobody's saying it now, but it's going to happen. You'll hear it. You remember that I said it. We're entering a global recession, serious one. So if you have money, don't make any stupid investment now. Preserve your money for in case of incasity. You know, plan for a marathon. This thing is not going to be too fast. Even if they find the cure for coronavirus today, the economic recession that's coming is still coming. See what is happening. Countries are emptying their treasury just to make sure that their citizens survive this lockdown. What would they now use to revive the companies? It's happening. So get ready, okay? You have to call your entire family to a meeting. What do we do in case after this lockdown we don't have a job? So if you've been planning to start something before, if you've been planning, this is the time to learn it. Let's say you've been planning to run a restaurant. This is the time to go online and take a course on running restaurants. Somebody is saying I should let me drop the link to my site so you can go and check out courses. So if you want to run a restaurant, this is the time. You get, some people want to be Instagram celebrity. This is the time. You're at home, okay? You have a camera. Start doing your Instagram thing. You want to run a YouTube channel. This is the time to start your YouTube. You're at home. You know what I'm saying? Go and take my YouTube course. I have 2. Sign up for the course. Start trying it. 2 weeks is enough. It's enough to tell whether you're actually talented in this thing or not. I'm always reachable. People that have chatted me up on WhatsApp know that if you chat me up, I'll reply. If you're starting your channel and you're having challenges, reach out to me. YouTube can pay you money enough to buy your company, especially if you're abroad. In Nigeria, they pay low. But if you're abroad and you're running a YouTube channel abroad, you make a killing. The richest person online on YouTube is an 8-year-old boy. He's 9 years old now. 9 years old. He makes $22 million per year from YouTube alone. Per year. How much is your entire company worth? You know what I'm saying? So this is time to start thinking, what if my job makes it so? What if I wake up tomorrow and I don't see my job? What else do I have? This is time to start that thing you have been thinking about. You get? If you know how to make up, you can start a YouTube channel on makeup. It's not going to blow on day one, but maybe on day 30 it will blow. Who knows? When I started my channel, it was the second month that miracle started happening. Month 2. The whole of month 1 was dry. You get? So, in your own case, this is time to start. I've already thought about teaching online. I made a course on it. So you can start teaching online. It's a full career. And it's a side hustle. At the end of the month, these people transfer money into your bank account. This is the time to try it. Go to my site, you'll see a course on teaching online. You get? Yeah, somebody said math lovers. Tutorial says I love mathematics and construction. Good. You can teach mathematics and construction online. I did a course on that. Go take that course. It's not even expensive. It's not even one of my expensive courses. Go take the course. It will guide you how to start teaching online. In 1 month, they will start paying you. Teach maths online. Maths is a universal course. Everybody needs to learn maths. You see a lot of customers. Most of my students in my programming courses are Indians and Americans. They don't even care about my accent. you know you guys now. I don't have all this British accent. I don't have UK accent or US accent. My accent is typical Nigerian accent, but these people no send. I have over 80,000 students on Udemy. Go check my Udemy page. You get? So anything you know or can learn is something you can teach. Go and take a course on that thing. You understand? After taking a course on that thing, you learn it better. Then you draw up your curriculum and start teaching it. The world is online now. So many people are online now. It's an opportunity to take your hustle online. Telling you the truth. Start now that we're locked down, so that if after the lockdown things go bad, you already have a side hustle. You get? So if you've been trying to start a business, this is the time. There's a friend of mine that was trying to start a medical-based app. And for the past 1 year, we've been having meetings. We'll have meeting, it will postpone it. We'll have meeting, we'll postpone it. Because he wasn't ready to pay me the amount. Because I'm a software developer, all right? I build stuff. So the amount I was charging, maybe it was too much for him. Finally, coronavirus came, lockdown came. It turned out that his app would have worked so well during this lockdown. That opportunity was missed. Because during this lockdown, so many apps are seeing upsurge in usage. Apps like Tinder. Tinder is a location-based dating app. People want to date, but they don't want to go far. They want to date people within, you know what I'm saying? Tinder is seeing an upsurge. It is the highest app with the highest upsurge. YouTube is seeing an upsurge because pastors are encouraging their people to come online for live service. Upsurge. Apps like Facebook. Go to Instagram. Half of Nigerian youths are dancing on Instagram now. There's different challenges. Makeup challenge, this one challenge, this one challenge. People are trying out things. So imagine that this guy launched his medical app that time. Now it would have been in what they call it, millions. I'm trying not to reveal the details of the app. You know? So I've had one or two people here, even from YouTube, that wanted to build stuff that would have made sense this period, but they delayed. So now is the time for you to start preparing for an eventuality. You know, a scenario where there's not enough money in the world. My phone number. I don't give out my phone number. What I give out is WhatsApp number, which means if you call that number on phone, it may not go. So somebody's asking for my number. Let me try and get. I don't even have it offhand. Let me get my WhatsApp number. I'll paste it. Okay. Happy or Kaye. I'll paste it. All right. Now, if you want to chat with me, Instagram is the best place to chat with me. Instagram is the best place. The reason is the best place is that I get a lot of messages. Instagram or WhatsApp, okay? I get a whole lot of messages per day. So whenever you reach back to me, I'll just quickly go back to our previous chat. Then I'll understand I'll remember where we stopped. Then I can communicate. But if you just call my phone directly, I'll start asking you who is this, that. That's me on Instagram. Follow, then leave me a message. I just posted my Instagram link. Instagram does not pay me. That's not for in our tutorial asks, does Instagram pay you for having a lot of subscribers? No. Instagram has no method of payment for anything. At least as at now. When you have a lot of subscribers, what it means that when you post things, a lot of people see it. And when a lot of people see it, it means something. If you're trying to sell shoe and 1,000 people see it as opposed to 100 people, that's a lot. You will sell more shoes. Okay. Yes, Indians teach on YouTube. Yes, so it's okay if you, as a Nigerian, teach with your accent or whatever. It doesn't mind. It doesn't matter. Teach. Some of you that found a way to go abroad, make a course on it. Millions of people in Africa are trying to run away from their country. Make a very decent course with correct information. You will see how much that course will sell. You know what I'm saying? Go and take a course. Go to my site, take a course on how to create online courses. You will see the kind of magic that will happen. So you have talent. People have talent, but they're not looking at it because of education and stuff. You will find yourself going to work in offices and all. I'm not saying working in offices is bad, but just know that this is a good time to explore your other alternatives. Some people are somewhere that they can start agriculture, they can start poultry farm. This is a good time to try it. Start some poultry business and see whether it will make sense. Because what's going to happen after this thing is global cash crunch. Seriously. Serious one is happening. Sophia, how you doing? Good evening, Sophia. I'm still trying to get my number. Okay, I'm trying to hustle the number. I'll drop it for you shortly. I'll try and drop it for you. So get ready for that. Get ready. Look at the things you know, especially your background. You get. Even this, some of you that are microbiologists, if you make a course on COVID-19, you might be surprised. People might rush it. Make a course on how to explain the COVID-19, this, that, how to guide against it, this, that. You'll be surprised. Thanks, Wayne Bridge. I'm giving you guys ideas. You know what I'm saying? Look at what you studied in school, what you studied in university, or what you can learn. Nobody cares about your certificate these days, What do you have affinity for? Some of you are into business. Go online, take a business course, teach it online. So it's time to really try out a lot of things during this period. Now let me give you a short story. This somebody called Isaac Newton, the guy that came up with the laws of motion, one of the biggest physicists ever. All right, his name is Isaac Newton. So what did Newton do? He came up with the laws of motion. Sorry for the interruption. I want to answer tutorial. Tutorial, I said, Dave, please, if I do an animated YouTube tutorial course or using a whiteboard, which one do you think is more effective? The thing is, you have to try the two of them. You get, find a way to test the two of them, upload two different videos on the same topic, all right, and then um, test which one has more views. Anyone that has more views, you go with it. You start making such, all right. So that's how you do things. You test till you find the one that works. People like most people will naturally go for animated YouTube uh, videos. I use apps like Toonly to do animated YouTube stuff. Toonly. Which other app again? I've forgotten. To do animated videos, all right. But then if you look at Ty Lopez, who knows Ty Lopez? He's one guy, one white guy that usually talks about wealth and stuff. Ty Lopez never does animated anything. He uses whiteboard, he uses sheet of paper. He said he gets more views like that. He will not even keep the camera steady. He will hold his phone on his hand while talking to the camera. You know? So he said it works for him best. They have done their mathematics, their calculations, and then they have seen that that's what works best. So try yours and see what works best, especially for your own audience. Okay, now I've forgotten the point I was trying to make before I answered your question. So you guys should remind me. I just posted my WhatsApp number. So for some of you that want to chat me up, please, my number is on the chat, live chat now. So let me see. So you can save it so you can easily reach out to me directly on my phone anytime. No call. If you call me, I'll block you. No call, please. Just chat. Okay? So I can respond at my convenient time. So Zeph Zion, you should yeah, if you want to start a podcast, it's okay, but I advise you to start a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Podcast may not directly pay you, you know, and it's difficult to start telling people. They will start asking what's the link to your podcast, which podcast are you using. It's okay, have a podcast, but more importantly, have a YouTube channel. All right. So as you're recording on your podcast, your YouTube channel is open too, and you're recording for YouTube too. You understand? So because you never know which one will blow, but YouTube will more likely pay you than podcast. I know there's a lot of podcast adverts going on. I see a lot of people starting podcasts and stuff. But man, trust me, YouTube is the way to go. Okay, there. If you're a gamer, you should try Twitch. Go to Twitch. There's a website called Twitch. Record your game as you play it. You know, try out things this period. Record it. There's Twitch. If you love games, go to Twitch. Twitch is like YouTube for gamers. If you love programming, okay, if you want to start building apps and websites, then you should go to my Udemy site. I taught a lot about how to build different kind of advanced websites. Do you know sometimes when I go for interviews, I realize that the company is already using my course. Imagine that. I'm interviewing for a company in Ireland, and I realized that my guide is what they are using to build their platform, and now they are interviewing me. You know what I'm saying? So go to my Udemy channel, you learn YouTube. Go to my website. If you've never coded at all, if you've never written code, you want to start from scratch for software development, go to braintech.org. Right? Go there, you see software development course for absolute beginners. But if you're no longer a beginner, you already know your way around, you go to my Udemy. That's why I have almost 26 courses on my Udemy. You understand? Some courses are 12 hours long. You study programming. I'll teach you to the in-depth. So try and get yourself ready financially so that this job loss will not happen. So the gist I was trying to give you guys was about somebody called Isaac Newton. I remember. So he was the one that came up with the laws of motion. Who remember the three laws of motion? If you did science, you know the guy is pretty famous. In fact, his laws is what they used to build spaceships now, cars, engines, you know, different things. So it turned out he lived in 1655. There was a viral outbreak like this, the way we're having coronavirus. Then I think it was, they called it bubonic plague, the reoccurrence. It then killed millions of people. Okay, so he was living in UK, from what I understand then, and he realized that in Cambridge, that was where he was living. So Cambridge is like a town then. So when the viral outbreak broke out, he decided to move away from the town. It's like moving away. Many people moved away from Lagos. Some of you that are abroad, you don't know what happened. When they were announcing that possible lockdown, many people traveled out of Lagos. They escaped, went to their village, to meet with their village people until the whole thing dies down. Then they can come back. So this is not the first time human beings are doing that. In the time of Isaac Newton, he did that. The bubonic plague came up. Isaac Newton moved away from town and went to his village to meet his village people. Okay? That was when he stayed there for a while, came back and moved back again because there were two waves of attack of the virus within 2 years. So he ended up spending like 2 years in his village. So guess what happened? That was when he came up with the best and the highest inventions of his life. He came up with inventions on calculus. All right? Did inventions of optics where he used a tiny little needle to pierce his door. His door was facing the sun. He pierced his door, so a stream of light was coming through that hole in the wall. He put a prism on that light and used it to calculate light. If you did science, physics, you do optics. You do a lot of maths in optics. Isaac Newton came up with that. He invented that while he was on lockdown during the bubonic plague. That was when he came up with laws of motion. He was sitting in front of his compound and an apple fell on his head. This guy started calculating, why did apple fall directly on my head? Why not somewhere else? You get what I'm saying? Because of that, he came up with the laws of motion. These three biggest inventions of his time or discoveries of his time happened during lockdown, virus outbreak lockdown. So now we have another one in our time. You can use this to come up with something. That is what I'm saying. I don't mind if you log off all social media, delete all social media app, focus. That book you've been trying to write, this is the time. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time to invest. Otherwise, you come through this just the way you entered it. Yes, in a tutorial, yes, I use ToonBuddy and vidIQ. I use both of them at the same time. My ToonBuddy is paid, so I paid, is it $86 or 100 and something dollars per year? That's how much I pay for ToonBuddy. I use it. You guys should ask me questions here because I'm rounding up. Drop questions. Some of you that are in the background, I can see you. You know I can see you. So drop questions. Drop questions. I'm rounding up. If you want to ask me any question about anything, drop. If you don't want to ask it publicly, then you can chat me up. My number is on the screen there. Chat me up on WhatsApp. If you have those of your family members that keep collecting money to you, refer them to my programming course. Let them start learning programming. Nobody asks you for a certificate on programming. If you can code, you can code. If you can't, you can't. Nobody needs your certificate. So some of those people that are telling you that they don't have job, they're looking for job, it's because they don't have the skills required. There are so many job positions open for programmers, software developers. In fact, I have another course coming up on how to build sites without being a software developer. You don't write codes. You just click and drop. And how to build sites. I have a site that is coming up like later today or tomorrow. So I'm going to round up here in the absence of any questions. In the absence of any further questions, I believe you guys enjoyed the live. If it's okay like this, then I can do more of it. Otherwise, I'll change the way I do live. Right? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Zeph Zion, how you doing? How you doing, Zeph? Happy, I hope you've got my number. I dropped it for you on the chat. My YouTube course is two. In our tutorial, I said, Dave, can you please reduce the price for your YouTube course? My YouTube course is two. There's one that is very cheap, and then there's one that is not very cheap. Okay, so why not take the cheap one? That's why there's a reason it's two. Okay. Who else? Who else? Who else? Those of your people at home in Nigeria, refer them to that YouTube course. They will have phone. Only use it to tweet. There's this thing they call trailer jam on Twitter. That's savage tweets. That's what they use it for. At the end of the month, they will ask you for money. Refer them to come and start YouTube channel. Zeb Zion, you have to hustle to learn well from online. Zeb Zion said, Dave, I don't learn well from online. That is true. That is truth about many people. You know, most of us went to classes where a teacher will sit you down and teach you manually. That's how we graduate, even up to university levels. But the world has changed. You have to catch up. They said it's not the strongest of the species that survive. It's the one that are most what? Likely to adapt. Go and ask Darwin. You have to adapt. The world has gone digital. So the only advice, there are some tips and tricks, but man, you have to learn you must have to learn how to learn online. Like seriously, there's no other option. Number one tip is, if it's a video, all right, put that video on fast forward, but not too fast, just a little bit fast forward. So let's say a video is supposed to take 1 hour, and you fast forward it just a little bit. You will not notice any difference. You that is taking the video, if it's a little faster, you will not notice any difference. But then it's gonna take you 45 minutes instead of 60 minutes. You save yourself 15 minutes out of every video. That means you're gonna finish the course faster. That's an ancient trick. Now I'm saying, take it from me. Anytime you're watching any video, go and check if you can increase. If it's on YouTube, it's easy. You click the gear icon, you will see how you can increase the speed. Playback, the YouTube calls it playback speed. My courses on my channel are designed like YouTube courses, so you can always increase the playback speed. Alright? Most people don't talk fast. Look at how I'm talking fast. Most people don't talk fast. In fact, when I'm making tutorials, I don't talk fast. I take it slowly. But it doesn't mean you have to stay through that slowness. Just increase it a little so it can talk at my speed now. You understand? That's one. Then two is if you're not understanding one tutorial, why not switch to another one? Most of the times when you're not understanding what somebody is teaching is because of the instructor, not even the course. So if you're trying to learn something and it's very difficult, why not stop? Sign up for another course. You might be surprised, the next instructor might be able to break it down in such a way that the other instructor will not. Alright? So, but if you're looking for one-on-one tutorial, for me, one-on-one will never work. If you're going to ask me to teach one-on-one, I will charge you like crazy, because what? It's not an effective use of my time. But if you're already taking my course and you ask me questions, I can relax and put you through, which is what I do to many people. People chat me up on WhatsApp, I'm taking your course on this, this is the challenge I'm getting. I will relax and put you through. But if you want me to start from beginning and teach only you, then you have to pay for that actual time. Okay, Dave, I said, Dave, I started my YouTube channel 4 months ago and don't really have enough subscribers. Do you think it's still possible to grow? Yeah, it's very, very possible. Did you take my YouTube tutorial? In my YouTube tutorial, I showed how I got about 118,000 views from one video. Within 3-4 days, I got that number. So if you're having challenge, I usually ask people, are you sure you actually took my tutorial? Tutorial, did you take my YouTube tutorial? Prophet Elijah said, thank God for your wisdom and knowledge. I'm gonna recommend you, Dave. Thanks, man. Like, you guys should share my video, right? Share it to your Facebook, this video. Share it to your Facebook, your Twitter, your WhatsApp. Just click on the share button, alright? That's the best thing you can do for me. Alright? Best thing you can do, just share this video so that some people, somebody someday that really needs to hear about this partner will hear it from you. Alright, I'm going to round up here. I think we have exhausted questions. So we're going to end here. I do reduce prices. Like now, most of the prices are reduced because of this coronavirus. I'm trying to do my own promo that way. Most of the prices are reduced. All right. So I'm gonna stop here. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, thank you. If you want to chat me up, hit me up on Telegram, on Instagram. All right. Join my Telegram and share this video. Share, 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 share. Thank you very much, guys. See you.